we have another burn proposal. So let's check it out. All right, so here it is. Parameter change proposal: lower the tax rate to 0.2% and set aside 10% of tax revenue to finance ecosystem infrastructure and contributors. So basically, they want to lower the tax from 1.2% to 0.2%. And the idea here is, that's a nice block of text, but the idea here is decrease the burn percentage. That way the on-chain volume will go up, because let's look at the on-chain volume. So if we look at the on-chain volume, when the burn got implemented on-chain, we saw the volume go way down. So pretty much like CZ was saying, this burn will kill on-chain volume. Pretty much did, brought it way down. So the idea here is decrease the percentage from 1.2% to 0.2%, and then that should increase the volume and help us burn more on-chain. However, if we're decreasing the burn from 1.2% to 0.2%, then we're decreasing the burn percentage by 6x, which means the volume is going to have to increase by at least 6x if we want to actually burn more with this. Because if the volume doesn't increase by 6x, then this would actually make us burn less because it's a smaller percentage. So basically, we're going to have to get volume back to around these numbers to increase the actual burns on chain, and there's no guarantee that the volume will go back to these numbers. This was when we had 0 burn tax. So yeah, potentially it could help us increase the burns on chain slightly, but there's also a chance that we'll be burning less if the volume doesn't go up by at least 6x. So let's go back to it. So yeah, in my opinion, this proposal just seems pretty much pointless, because either it's going to increase on-chain burns slightly, it's going to be insignificant, it's not going to really do much, or it's going to decrease them. So it seems pretty pointless to me. In my opinion, the only way we're actually going to see massive burns is if we get centralized exchanges to implement the 1.2% burn. So like, if this is just to increase on-chain burns, then it's pretty pointless. Now, if lowering the tax to 0.2% will get centralized exchanges to implement the tax burn at 0.2%, then sure, it'd be worth it, because if all the exchanges implement a 0.2% tax for burning, then yeah, that would increase burns quite a bit. But yeah, I think we need a clear answer from exchanges if they would actually implement this at 0.2% before we pass this proposal, because my suspicion is they're not even going to want to implement a 0.2% tax, because like they've said, they're scared that it could cause them to lose volume. So I'm guessing they wouldn't want to implement even a 0.2% burn tax. So yeah, so in my opinion, this seems like a pretty pointless proposal. The only way we're going to see massive burns is if exchanges implement the 1.2% burn, and the only way for that to happen is if all the exchanges implement it at the same time, because doing it solo, like Binance doesn't want to do it solo, because they're afraid traders will go to a different exchange to trade where they don't have that fee. So the only way to do it is if every exchange does it at the same time, because then traders won't have anywhere else to go, because no matter where they go, they're going to have to pay that fee, so they just have to deal with it. Now, yeah, it could still lower volume a bit, because maybe traders would decide, okay, I'm going to trade something else like Bitcoin that doesn't have this fee, because it'll be a bit more profitable. Yeah, that's a possibility. But if they all did it at the same time, then the volume may not go down as much, or maybe not at all. So that would be the best way to actually, or the only way really, to see some massive burns. So yeah, if we can get that to happen, that would be huge. This proposal, however, it may slightly increase on-chain volume, but I don't think it's really going to do anything significant. So we'll see. I'm curious what you guys think about this. Let me know in the comments. And yeah, so far not passing, hasn't reached quorum yet. We're 27% of the votes are in. You need 40% to be in to reach quorum. And there's more yes than no. So if we do reach quorum, then it would pass, but hasn't yet. We still have some very large validators with a lot of voting power to vote here. You see 18% voting power, 12%, 11, 9, 7. So these guys could easily get it to pass if they want to, or get it to not pass. So we'll see what happens. Voting ends in 3 days. We'll see if this passes and they lower the on-chain burn tax to 0.2%. But yes, let me know what you guys think of this. We'll see if this passes here in the next couple days. And then we're going to look at the charts here real quick too. So starting out with USTC, it came back down to this support level, bounced off of it, but looks like a dead cat bounce. It's coming back down to this support, and maybe we'll see another bounce, but if it breaks below this support, then it's going to dump even further. So not looking too great here in the short term for USTC. Terra Classic still going sideways, likely to go sideways for a while. Just like after this pump, we went sideways for a while. Probably going to see that, and then potentially see another massive pump here, maybe within the next few months. And then if we look at Bitcoin actually, I mean, Bitcoin has been very boring, but Bitcoin right now, definitely the most exciting thing to look at, in my opinion, because we are finally at the very apex of this descending triangle, and Bitcoin is going to either have to break to the upside or break this support at 19,000 and dump down. So we should see a massive move for Bitcoin here in the next 5 days. Gonna be exciting. Wick down here, it broke to the upside and then wicked back down. So hasn't decided yet. We'll see soon if Bitcoin can break to the, well, if it breaks to the downside, I think that'll be our last big dump for the bear market. If it breaks to the upside, then this was probably the bottom. And if we zoom out, then we have this nice double bottom pattern, W pattern, and we could start pumping into our next bull run. And next year could be super bullish. And if we do go into a bull market next year, then that will help Terra Classic to pump even more and make getting to a cent next year actually possible. So we'll see what happens. Like and subscribe if you want to stay updated and you found value in this video. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see y'all later.